Hello and welcome to another settlement tour video. So this is Nikki Bodring. She's the first character I ever played in Fallout 4, aligned with both the Minutemen and the Railroad. Blew up the Institute. You gotta blow up the Institute on your first playthrough, right? We're out here today on Spectacle Island to give you a tour of what's known as the Minuteman Citadel. So we'll start here in the corner with the remains of the bombed out house at this end of the island. I cleaned a lot of the garbage around here using a mod called Scrap Everything, because I wanted this to serve the purpose of housing the settlement teleporter and one of the guard posts. The settlement teleporter is a mod which allows you to build these teleporters in all your settlements, and then you can use them to instantly teleport from one settlement to the other. It's a way to fast travel without losing the time the fast travel normally causes you to lose. And up top here we've got the guard post with some turrets on top of it. Down here is another guard post, that little stool there. And this bridge comes from a mod which connects the island to the castle over there. I was having issues with the caravans. They would swim halfway across the bay and then kind of get lost or get stuck there, and the caravans weren't running the roads properly. And then I discovered the bridge mod, so now they walk across the bridge to get out to Spectacle Island and back again. Solves some issues. Here we have that barn that was standing here when you take over the island, and I don't really use it for anything. I just cleaned it up. The big concrete platform is a helipad, because I completed the quest with the Railroad. They'll fly me around with the vertibirds. So I built this platform here because I found before I did this, the vertibird would try to land in the middle of that huge building over there. So by putting the fast travel mat here in the middle of this concrete platform, the fast travel mat is where the vertibird now lands. This building is for the caravan people. So these two things you see here, the desk and the locker, come from a mod that came out of Sim Settlements, a huge quest and settlement building mod. The author who created the logistics network for Sim Settlements pulled it all out as a standalone mod, so you could use his logistics system without having to install the Sim Settlements. And basically what this does, it automatically manages your caravan routes. It ensures settlements that aren't producing enough food and water are getting food and water from whatever settlement has extra. The best part is you designate one workshop as your central storage spot. So I use the one over in Sanctuary Hills. Then you put one of these lockers in every settlement. And the locker gives you access to everything stored in the workshop in the settlement that you chose for that, including all of the supplies you need for building a settlement. So when you go to start a new settlement, you just need to have enough supplies on hand to get the logistics station and locker built. Then you have access to all of your building materials back in your central storage area. Now, as you can see, the guards are wearing custom armor. It's the N7 combat armor mod. Now, the big building was inspired by a video I saw on YouTube by a fellow named Jug. He was building something like this on Spectacle Island, and that inspired me to do this. So back here we have a little schoolhouse where the kids come to get educated, and that's their teacher at the front there. Two of the kids are slacking off somewhere. Oh, there they are. Get back in class, you two. The wiring under the building is how I bring the power out of the reactor room in here and then spread it out to the rest of the island with the poles. So you can see there's the one wire going up through the floor to the nuclear reactor up there. Here we have an elevator, which is just for my personal use. Most of you probably know, but settlers can't use elevators because the settlers cannot operate a switch. So this is strictly for me. The settlers climb the stairs up and down the 4 floors. So let's go back out and have a look at the front. The water purifier is down there. And that's Dog Meets Dog House. Guard post over there. That's Kate up there. This, the 2 towers going up the front. Doing the towers themselves, that was fairly easy. Once I got the bottom pieces aligned correctly and in the right position, it was just build the rest of it up. Those light boxes, on the other hand, were a challenge. When I built this, I had not started using the Place Everywhere mod. Place Everywhere would make putting up those light boxes so much easier. The way I did it was I had a scaffolding built up here, and I started stacking the boxes up and kept building the scaffold up higher and higher until I had the light boxes built up as high as I needed them. I then connected all the wires up the back of them, and then the hard part was pick the whole thing up and get it into just the right position at the front of the towers. And once I did that, I wired them into the power grid up at the very top there. Later in the video, I'll switch it over to nighttime so you can see what that looks like. So we go in the entrance, and here is our receptionist working at her station. That's Curie back there sorting through the files. A radio for the communications person who keeps in touch with the castle over there to get all the updates and bulletins. Several workstations for various personnel. And the power armor gallery. All the suits of power armor I own are on display here with toolboxes all over the place. And the power armor workstation for doing repairs, modifications, etc. Some of the custom costumes on display on mannequins here. And of course the nuclear power plant. And it's the reason why this bottom section of the Citadel is actually wide open for 2 stories, because as you can see from the platformer on the top of it, these things are taller than a single story, and I didn't want it sticking up through the floor. But that also allowed me to run a shaft up the middle of the building, and that's how I get the power from down here to the floors up above. Try to keep the wiring hidden as much as possible. The various work benches are here. Steamer trunk for storing miscellaneous junk. And of course, place to make everyone's favorite addiction, along with all the recipe books. Some spare clothing laid out here on the tables. And in this corner, the armory. So to keep the settlers out of there and knocking things off the table or maybe grabbing a weapon, the armory has a power door. As I mentioned a moment ago, they can't flip a switch, so they can't get in there. And this is where I've stored the legendary weapons, although there's a few in here that aren't legendary, but just really heavily modified, and they served me well, so they have a place of honor here, including the silver shroud submachine gun up there. And there's the pistol from the alien crash site, Grognak's axe, various cool things. So we'll go back out, close that. There are staircases in all four corners of the building so that the settlers don't get all jammed up trying to use the same staircase. The walkway goes all the way around, and that's all it is. It's a walkway, so I can walk around up here and keep an eye on what people are doing. The second floor is where we start to find the living quarters, and each room has the name of the person that lives here. Very basic living quarters. They have a seating area. Everybody's got a window so they can look out. They have their bed. They have a bathroom, including a nice shower. The shower, which actually works, by the way, if you come in at the right moment, you'll find your settler in there taking a shower. Comes from a mod called Build Your Own Pool. And that's basically it for the second floor. It's just a bunch of living quarters. And as you can see, that central shaft is labeled electrical, so people know there's live wires in there. We head up to the third floor, and this is primarily the dining area. And there is a couch here with some magazines and books to read. The children's room, including Sean, the synthetic Sean that is, their beds and their bedroom. They have a shower in the corner there. And on this side is my living quarters with the bobblehead collection of work desk. And Nikki has a much nicer bathroom than the settlers do. I mean, after all, there's two of them living in here. You need a bigger bathroom. And then over here is her bedroom. So with this, I was trying to go for sort of a sidewalk cafe feeling. So we got the round tables with the colored chairs, the bottle lamps, the oil burning lanterns. There's some drink machines around. And this is the kitchen area. And this comes from a mod called Evan's Modular Kitchen. This is a working stove where you can craft food items. Working sink that you can drink from. You can put stuff in the refrigerator. Doesn't keep it cold, but you can put stuff in there. And I want to drop back down to the second floor because I just realized I missed something. We have a lounge down here as well with all the magazines on display for people to read, and they can sit here and look out over the ocean. And we'll continue up to the roof, the fourth floor. Sort of above the dining area, we have the bar with some outdoor tables so you can sit and have a drink under the stars at night. We have some facilities up here, the optometrist with the Phoropter. This is our doctor and drug pusher, or sorry, pharmaceutical vendor, let's call her. As you can see, she's well stocked. The new used shop, we have the barber and the surgeon here. These things are usually quite busy, the slot machines. There are some sawhorses here for working out. I think I've also got some invisible markers here they'll do push-ups on the floor. And after they get all hot and sweaty working out, there's some showers here they can rinse off if they want. Some drink machines over there. We step outside, and this is where the power supply goes down to all those light boxes. We have the two Minutemen statue looking over the bay towards the Commonwealth. And all the way around this walkway, there are turrets. These turrets can hit pretty much every square inch of the island and well out into the ocean. So even if someone's trying to invade the island by boat, these turrets are going to start hitting them long before they get to shore. Or if a vertibird, an enemy vertibird, is coming across the bay, it'll get shot down. And that's pretty much the entire place. It's just this big, huge headquarters building for the Minutemen. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'll just take my elevator back down to the ground floor because I don't like walking up and down stairs. Oh, wait, I told you I would switch over to night so you can see what the light boxes look like. I almost forgot. My apologies. All right, let me get down here. And we'll just pop open the console command, reset. Game hour to, let's make it 2 a.m. And there you can see those light boxes. There are floor-mounted spotlights up there to light up the two statues. And of course you can see all the lighting from inside the building as well. It's awesome when there's a clear sky. And of course that's where the bomb hit that wiped out Massachusetts 210 years ago. So there you go. That's my Minuteman Citadel. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, click the like button, and I'll see you in my next video.